From your Revere TV studio on Broadway, it's the Revere Review.
Welcome to the Revere Review. I'm Debbie Pesca.
And I'm Ed Deval.
Well, the Revere Recreation Department hosted its first annual Revere Remembers the 50s and 60s car show at the Wayland School parking lot. Let's take a look at that evening.
I'm in my automobile, a baby beside me at the wheel. Stole a kiss at the turn of a mile. My curiosity's running wild. Cruising and playing the radio with no particular place to go.
You know, I never get tired of looking at those cars, the 50s and the 60s, of course, growing up in that era. You know, it's just something you always, it's like songs that you hear back then. You know,
some beautiful convertibles there, huh?
Well, on October 9th, Revere received yet another state award, the Healthy by Design Community Leadership Award, in recognition of its development of urban trails to promote safe walking on existing pathways throughout the city. Revere currently has 2 urban trails. The first one is in West Revere in the Wayland School area, and the second one is located in Beachmont. The mayor, in his comments on the award, stated that these trails help make our community inclusive, prosperous, and healthy.
And on the school front, the Revere High School football team recently helped Logan Airport celebrate its 90th anniversary by entering a contest against Winthrop in East Boston that featured an airplane pulling event. The 3 squads competed to see who could pull a 120,000-pound JetBlue Airbus 9 yards in the fastest time. The 25-man RHS team was able to accomplish that feat in 10.7 seconds. For that, they received a $500 gift from Massport to honor the occasion.
You know, I saw the picture of them pulling that plane, and I just can't imagine anybody pulling anything that large. It was just incredible.
And no one got hurt.
I know. Well, lately, the state and federal officials can't seem to get enough of or say enough good things about the city of Revere. A couple of weeks ago, Governor Patrick visited the city to talk to the mayor about economic development and to tour various businesses on Broadway. During his visit, the governor said, Revere is an example of the communities we build when we have commitment to recreating long-term economic opportunity that will last for generations to come. Massachusetts Speaker of the House, Bob DeLeo, always a visitor and supporter of the city, recently stated that by collaborating with the Patrick administration and city officials, we have made transportation, housing improvements, and enhanced Revere's coastal status. Together, we are bringing out the city's full potential and fostering sustainable growth. And then Kathy Reinstein, representative for the state of Massachusetts, also feels good about Revere's potential. In her comments about the city's collaboration with the state, she stated, "We have had some amazing development taking place in Revere recently. It's important we continue to explore all resources and opportunities to better our city moving forward." And then, at the federal level, we have newly elected Senator Ed Markey, who recently stated, Revere truly is a wonderland of smart and sustainable economic development. From the new state-of-the-art transportation center at Wonderland Station that is creating jobs, to the expansion of affordable housing options and small business opportunities, Revere is a destination to live, work, and play. I applaud Mayor Rizzo and Governor Patrick for their leadership, which is making Revere an anchor for the North Shore and the entire region's economic growth. So it seems that for the time being, all the political stars are aligned to present a favorable forecast for the future of the city of Revere.
And speaking of a favorable forecast for the future of Revere, Fire Chief Doherty reported last week that he is open to opening the Pines Fire Station in the near future, a station that has been shut down since 1992. Chief Doherty told the council that the fire department has allocated some money to fix up the old station and get it ready for use and reopening in the next few years. Ward 5 Councilor John Powers said he was happy to finally hear that the station is being considered as this is something he's long called for. Something I did not know is that the fire department does use that station now for limited deployments and for training, but as we know, it does not have an engine company assigned to it.
Yeah, it's at the far end of Revere, and especially in the summertime when there's a lot of traffic on the beach, you know, people have some really concerns about getting apparatus there.
Absolutely.
Well, on October 5th, the Buonfiglio family, along with city officials and veterans, came together to honor a fallen soldier, Jared Monty, from Raynham, Massachusetts, who was killed in action in Afghanistan in 2006. Jared's father, Paul Monty, was the guest speaker at the ceremony and spoke about the program he has founded, titled Operation Flags for Veterans. Mayor Dan Rizzo and Police Chief Joseph Caffarelli also spoke at the event, commenting on what the flag and this operation means to them. All who were in attendance were quite moved by the occasion, particularly during the playing of taps in honor of Sergeant Monty and all of the fallen heroes of wars present and past. Operation Flags for Vets will be placing flags at the Bourne National Cemetery on November 9th. Anyone who is interested in participating can contact the Revere Veterans Organization or the Buonfiglio Funeral Home. Let's take a look at some of the footage from that event.
set, hurry.
I talked to a few people who were there, and as we said in the report there, it was quite a moving event. Everybody spoke very, very highly of it. And that flag looks unbelievable.
I know.
Sorry.
Another moving event was on September 29th. Revere Cares, the City of Revere, and the Revere Beach Partnership held its 7th annual Revere Beach Memorial, which is a candlelight vigil remembering those whose lives have been cut short due to alcohol or substance abuse. The vigil has been a way for family members and friends to remember and to gain strength and support from others who have experienced a similar loss. The Revere Beach Memorial is a group of dedicated individuals who are committed to helping Revere prevent and address substance abuse. It is a very emotional and moving evening where there is a memorial wall and the names of those who have passed are read. Let's take a look at some of our coverage from that evening as well.
The love in our hearts for what will always burn bright for you.
I saw some of that footage, and it is a very solemn occasion, and hopefully it will help some of those families move on from the pain of losing their family members to such a devastating disease. It really is. Yeah.
It is. I had friends, Lenny and Lucille, who've lost their son, Lenny, and they'll always remember, and they've worked very hard to keep this going. Yeah. We'll always remember Lenny.
Yeah.
On the home front, the debate and emotions surrounding the casino vote are ramping up. The Revere Journal recently published an article about Charlie Lightbody, a local businessman who strongly opposes the development of a casino at Suffolk Downs and has been a leader in the no casino movement. In the article, Lightbody said he had read the full agreement front to back and had a number of issues with it. He thinks there are a lot of loopholes and that the city has been misinformed and has misinformed people about how much money it will get. He went on to say that there was nothing in the agreement that would indicate that there will be any additional money for Revere Public Schools, which, he states, needs the money. He also stated that as a Revere businessman, he feels that his business will be negatively impacted by the casino and that property values in Revere will decrease. He went on to state that, contrary to rumors, he has no economic ties to the property where the Ever Casino is proposed to be built. He basically doesn't like the agreement terms, thinks that will be bad for business, and that he does not think a casino should be built in either Everett or Revere.
And from another corner, in his comments during the roundtable discussion on the casino mitigation agreement, Senator Anthony Petrocelli noted that he visited a number of communities that had casinos to get a sense for the impact those casinos had on them. In his comments, he said that in the cities and towns he visited, he found that the casinos had little negative impact, and in many cases improved the area's economy. Well, a recent Revere Journal article seems to back that up. Journal staff reporters recently spoke to numerous business owners, realtors, elected officials, and law enforcement agents in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, site of the Parks Casino and Racing Establishment, opened in 2010. The Journal's intent was to print anything and everything they said about the Parks Casino, whether it was good or bad. What they found was that the casino in Bensalem actually helped jumpstart the revival of the Bensalem community and that many people there welcomed the addition. Five-term Mayor Joseph D. Girolamo, who was re-elected in 2009, said that in the past few years, there's been a boom in the development and more people are flocking from the neighboring big city to his town. And in another major impact indicator, Last year, Money Magazine named Bensalem one of the top 100 places to live in the U.S.
That's pretty amazing.
Interesting.
In its continuing coverage of all things Revere, and in this case the casino, Revere TV will continue to air the 5 roundtable discussions to highlight the mitigation agreement, the Suffolk Downs Casino design and development plans, traffic mitigation plans, public safety plans, and finally the state legislation and gambling commission application review and decision process. It will also provide live coverage of the mayor's upcoming open meetings on the casino agreement. The first one held this past Saturday at Revere City Hall, and the second one to be held on October 30th at the Revere Senior Center. They will all be replayed on Channel 9.
As you can see, there are many opinions on this issue, and as you can imagine, the stakes, no pun intended, are high. And in some cases, emotions are high too. This is one of the most important votes in our lifetime and in our city's history. Let's all be fair. Let's have an open and sane discussion on the real issues, and please, above all, let's all respect each other's viewpoints. If we can avoid name-calling, threats, and physical confrontations and just stick to open and honest discussions, Revere will be better for it in the end, regardless of which way the vote goes.
I couldn't have said it better, Ed.
Oh, thank you.
Moving on to the election front, State Senator Catherine Clark has won the Democratic primary in the special election for Massachusetts' 5th Congressional District, which was Ed Markey's vacated House seat. With all precincts reporting, Clark took 31.6% of the vote in a 7-way Democratic race. Her closest competitor was Middlesex County Sheriff Peter Katusian, who won 22% of the vote. Clark will face GOP businessman Frank Adavanola, who won the Republican primary in a 3-way race over Mike Stupa and Tom Tierney. The general election for that seat is set for December 10th. Try and say all that quickly.
Yeah.
And in local elections, Revere TV is doing all it can to provide you the information you need to make an informed decision on Election Day.
To start off with, we will be continuing to show candidate statements from all candidates for the City Council and school committee positions.
Following that, Revere TV will be airing live and then replaying all the Q&A forums and the debates for the Ward 1 and Ward 5 City Council seats.
The Council at Large debate held on the 17th will be repeated on Revere TV Channel 9 beginning the following week.
The Ward 5 debate being held on Tuesday, October 22nd, will air at 6 p.m. and replays will begin airing later in that week. The Ward 1 debate being held the same day, Tuesday, October 22nd, will air at 7 p.m. and will also begin running later in the week.
And finally, the school committee question and answer forum will be aired live from the Rumney Marsh Academy on Thursday, October 24th at 6 p.m. and will be replayed starting the following week.
All the candidates' statements, Q&A forums, and debates can be seen on Revere TV Channel 9 or going to our website, www.reveretv.org, or going directly to Revere TV.
Well, there's a lot of election coverage to come up and a lot of action going on here. Huh?
And we are there.
Well, on the day after Big Papi hit a grand slam to help lead the Red Sox to an unbelievable win, the city of Revere hit a grand slam of its own with the Columbus Day Parade. With close to 100 marching units dancing, riding, and in some cases running in the parade, it was a grand spectacle for all to see.
The Columbus Day Parade Committee outdid themselves, from the marching bands and the Shriners to the junior ROT divisions and the Rolling Thunder. The parade was a huge success. This being an election year, there was a huge contingent of politicians either walking or driving by in one of the over 50 antique cars that rode the parade route. There wasn't a negative sentiment to be heard all day, and Broadway hasn't seen crowds this big in years. The entire parade was lined with family, friends, neighbors, and new friends to be made. The diversity of the crowd displays the diverse cultures of our community, and that was also apparent in our parade this year. New this year was the Veronica Robles dances, the Roberto Clemente dancers, the South End Dynamites, and a Salvadorian band. Enjoyable weather topped the day off. Great job to the planning, executing, and all those who participated. Now let's take a look at some of those parade highlights.
And now we have coming up afloat here, it's a replica of the USS Constitution.
Oh, these are the Navy Seabees.
Yes.
And the Seabees do what, Ed?
The Seabees are the engineering part of the Navy, if you will. They are not the Navy SEALs. These are the Seabees. These are the guys that come in and build the docks.
They're the construction.
They're the construction guys, exactly.
They are the construction
What a
guys.
great float.
That is awesome.
What a great float. Hold on one second.
Mayor Dan Rizzo, Buddy Mangini, Nick Bua, and the whole entire Columbus Day Parade Committee deserves our wholehearted praise for giving the people of Revere a traditional Columbus Day Parade that they were able to come out and see with their families and friends.
You know, it truly was a great day, and we were so proud to have been a part of it and to bring it to all the viewers. You know, it was a beautiful day, a huge success, a happy crowd, and the parade contingent that had it all. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
It wasn't, and everyone kept saying everyone loves the parade, and it really was. Everyone loved that day.
Yeah. And if you weren't able to be there or to see it live on Revere TV, you can see it as many times as you want with the tape replays, which will be aired on Revere TV or available at our website on www.reveretv.org. Well, I think that does it for this segment of the Revere Review. So until the next time, take care.